Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tip Balls Podcast. I am your host, Sam Randazzo, and I am joined today by my two rather thirsty co-hosts. To my right, it is the one and only Uncle Sam.
Hello.
And behind the computer, sitting there jerking off his beer can, it is Bruce, the tugboat Venditti.
What's up, man?
Tuggernut.
Bruce is sporting his official Lions team member training camp t-shirt there.
Free. Offers of Rocket Mortgage.
No free shout-outs. So, yeah, Bruce was at training camp last Friday.
It wasn't as good, though. It was like the day after full pads, and they were kind of slow. But it was still fun to see.
They were all just up.
You had to give him a day off.
Yeah,
they had to
they
give him a
just-
break.
They were out there just fooling around. Jamal was throwing the ball.
And it was hot as shit.
Not the day.
Very humid last week.
Oh, the day I was there. it was
No,
about
the
to
day
rain.
before, it was, the humidity was ungodly for 3 days. So
But it was cool.
And as I'm sure you all know, Hard Knocks made its debut last night with our very own Detroit Lions. And unfortunately, I got home at 9 o'clock last night from a trip, and I have not watched it. So we are going to have a full
Yeah, but
recap.
it came on at 10, so you could have watched it.
I had things to do.
Okay.
So I will have a full recap. Well, I won't have the full recap, but the two people you actually want to hear about it from will have a full recap, which I'm sure there will be as many Dan Campbell quotes as you can possibly fit into an hour in this episode. Other than that, today we are going to go over the Vegas odds for every single team's over-under wins, and we are going to break down whether or not we think that this team is going to surprise you, they're going to be a disappointment, or if Vegas has it right on the head. But before we get started, even before we do the news, two things we need to talk about. First and foremost, if there is a Tipped Balls account following you on Instagram that is not Tipped Balls, such as an underscore tossed in there or an extra L, those are fake accounts that are spamming people. Please do us a favor, report them for us. Block them, get them completely off of your page. There is one Tipped Balls account. It is at Tipped Balls. TIPPEDBALLS. That is it. But we are doing our own giveaway. So, all these
We'll never ask for the credit card.
we will never ask you for your credit card information. The most we will ask you for is a shipping address so we can send you your prize. That is it. So if you are interacting with that account, don't. But do follow our page. We're giving away 3 signed helmets. One is a Patrick Mahomes helmet, one is a Joe Burrow helmet, and one is a Deion Sanders helmet. So you can win one of those 3. All the information for it's on our Instagram. Go there, like the post, tag 2 of your friends, share it on your story.
Who's the 3?
Mahomes, Burrow, and Deion Sanders.
I would take the Deion Sanders one. That would be about it.
Well, this is going to our followers.
Yeah,
Not you.
this is not going to you.
I know that.
Unfortunately, we're ineligible to win the prize.
Unfortunately, there's a shit ton
I'm
of
not
helmets
eligible.
down here.
Wait, we have a Deion Sanders down here already that you could have taken.
We have
right here.
1, 2,
No, it's
3,
right here.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It's a Cowboys helmet. Who the fuck wants a Cowboys helmet?
We have 10 helmets
you mean?
down here.
Who wants a fucking Dallas Cowboy helmet?
That's the one we're
Person
giving
in their
away.
right mind would want a Dallas
Why
Cowboy.
are you telling them not to enter the giveaway?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
fan of
Okay,
Dallas
you wanna know what I
Cowboys.
Enter the
noticed?
giveaway.
You want to know what I noticed this whole time? He knows how to post things on his story.
Oh, yeah. He knows how to send messages, too.
Yeah, but he never posts any of our shit on your story.
What are you talking about?
I tag you
post
in
all kinds of stuff on
everything.
your Instagram story
Like
besides
what?
you shared 2 Envy posts on your Instagram story. Shout out to Envy Auto Group. And I'm not telling you to stop doing that because we're for the brand, but you don't share any of our stuff on your story. You're tagged in everything.
Factual.
And all you got to do is click add to story and you won't do it. So
Well, no, you gotta
I didn't
click on
see
the
it.
actual post, and then
what do you mean you haven't seen it?
I didn't see it.
You've been tagged in everything we've posted for the last 8 months and you
That
just
doesn't mean I see it.
anyways, okay. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll tag him in something, and then I'll get a DM back of something else.
Yeah,
Just
of Mike.
totally
Yeah, you'll tag
Mike
him in.
Evans.
We'll post our top 5 wide receivers, or top 20 wide receivers, which we are posting. Go check it out.
I did.
And then he'll send you
misspell
back a video
Stephon Diggs, though.
of Mike Tyson. Yeah, Bruce did the top 5 wide receivers and spelled Stephon Diggs, Stephon.
Okay, so what I do is I go on Google, and when I'm searching their names to get the pictures and shit, I usually just copy and paste so I don't get don't get the spelling wrong. For some reason, that picture had it spelled the way that I posted.
That picture was wrong. So
It would help if you knew how to spell.
if you could read. Listen,
Yes.
yeah. So apologies for that. But again, there's one Tips Balls account. We will never ask you for credit card.
Anyway, there's some lame asshole out there trying to fucking scam your shit. Be smart. Don't fucking click on any links that are going to tell you they want all kinds of fucking information from you.
We will never send you a link. We are very easy. If you win, we're going to DM you.
Yes.
That's it. And we're going to say, hey,
we're not
guess
sending
what?
links to
You
anybody.
won. What do you want? What's your address? And then 3 days later, it pops up in the
And
mail.
we've already done a giveaway.
We have.
People can confirm that we actually follow through.
Yes, we
So-
do. We shared those on our stories because everybody was very happy with their jerseys and their merch. So, again, if you haven't entered yet, go enter it. Also, subscribe on YouTube.
Did you
if
give
you're
him a
listening.
Pete Carroll shirt too?
We did not. No,
God
the Pete.
damn it!
Listen, the Pete
They're
Carroll
all
shirts are
double
exclusive.
XLs.
And they're all
So?
they're all your sized
Well, how do you know the people ain't fat enough?
because they told me what size they were,
okay.
so I could get them a jersey, and they were all mediums and larges.
Well, Jersey usually want to step up. You don't want it too.
Well, there were
tight.
2 larges and a medium. So.
Oh, okay.
Anyways,
Must be some
let's
skinny dude, you know.
get straight into the news. You know
Well-
what? Hold on. No, I did that pause on purpose.
Okay.
I'd like to put in some sort of like da 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 right here or something.
Okay, I can
So talk to Mullins and figure that out.
see what I can do.
Yeah, let's figure that out.
Well, you could just tell him right here he's watching. I can send.
put
I can
something
send him
cool,
the Slipknot beat.
Yeah, or we'll find a new one on Airbit, whatever. Okay. So, news from today. Denver Broncos have Javonte Williams, number 1 on their depth chart, which we all knew. But unfortunately, Melvin Gordon went out with a undisclosed foot injury today at practice. We are waiting to hear some more information on that.
Hopefully he's okay and it won't be that long.
Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver T. Higgins will be resuming practice later in the week. That is
That
good.
was good. That was good news for them.
Randall Cobb missed practice today with a foot injury, so the ghost of Randall Cobb recedes back
Does
into
he
the
have
crypt.
feet?
I don't even know if
Does
he has
even
any
have
left.
feet,
I know.
Randall Cobb?
I know.
He just kind of floats around the stadium.
The fact he's still on the team just.
Joe Burrow, still recovering from his appendix removal, will not play in the preseason. They announced today.
Yeah, he was doing, I seen the thing, they were doing their little sprints, and Joe was in the golf cart. driving with them.
Rode him back and forth.
Yeah, I hear you. That was actually pretty cool.
Russell Gage exited Wednesday's practice with an undisclosed leg injury.
It's all right. They don't need him. They got Julio Jones.
That's going to be one to watch for.
They don't need him. They got Julio Jones.
Coach Matt Rule has said Wednesday that Mayfield and Sam Darnold will both play in the preseason opener Saturday against Washington.
Now, we all remember who Matt Rule is.
A liar. Now,
Go ahead.
if you have looked at any reports out of Panthers camp, right? I've been watching it on Twitter. Everybody said Baker Mayfield is outperforming Sam Darnold tenfold. So I would be under the assumption that we're going to see more Darnold Saturday than we are Mayfield, because I think as it stands right now, Mayfield is probably going to be your week 1 starter.
Listen, they're both professionals. They know who's going to be the guy.
Yeah.
They're not stupid. They're not dumb. Sam Darnold's been around the block. It's not like he doesn't know.
Here, this is some news you're going to love. The Seahawks will start Geno Smith on Saturday.
Well, here's the thing. I've been hearing Drew Lock has actually been looking really good as of late.
Cricket.
But then I heard, Geno Smith, he's going to get the nod. He's going to get the nod. We already know that. Here's the thing, man. The 49ers are holding Garoppolo. The poor guy's out in the field practicing by himself.
I would love to see him in New York.
And it's just too bad because the Niners, they didn't get any traders. Nobody wants that contract right now, and I get why, because it's a pretty heavy contract, and nobody wants to put the money out. So what the Niners are going to do is they're going to drag him out all the way to the end of camp till it comes down when they got to do their 53-man roster, and then probably cut him loose when that happens. And it's too bad.
Well, I had the conversation with some kid behind me at training camp. He was calling him Danny Dimes. Danny Dimes. And I was like, you wouldn't want Garoppolo over Danny Dimes if you're such a New York fan? He was like, oh, I would love Garoppolo in New York.
Well, yeah.
Fuck
I
yeah.
mean,
well, of course
But
they
he
would, but
instantly was just like,
just
Danny
told you,
Dimes,
dude.
screw that. I'm going straight for Garoppolo.
Well, yeah,
I'd
if you
rather
would
see
have
but
one
Garoppolo.
between-
there.
I mean,
listen,
it's a
dude,
no-brainer.
what I just told you why.
Well,
It's the
yeah.
contract, dude.
It's all
Nobody
yeah.
wants to pay $20 million for a fucking quarterback right
No.
now, dude. They've
No.
already
No,
got
you're right. I mean,
everybody's at
quarterbacks
the
on
point.
the roster
Correct.
for that much money.
Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne will both play Friday in the preseason debut.
I really like Etienne, and Etienne actually, I've been watching him in practice. I've been seeing some footage on him. He's looking pretty good.
Yeah,
He's looking real good.
he's looking real good. We're going to talk more about the Jaguars later in the show. Ronald Jones has been getting first-team snaps over Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Ronald Jones will win that position. I think Andy Reid is going to go more of a ground and pound and become more balanced offense this year. They have to compete with the other teams in their division. Don't be surprised if Ronald Jones is the guy.
And
Period.
in one more bit of quarterback news, the Browns have said that Deshaun Watson will take some snaps in Friday's preseason game.
Well, I mean, we already know that Goodell is trying to fight the decision. We already knew that. I mean, that's already been known. He wants a year-long suspension for him. We know this. We know this. Now, all we're doing is waiting for it to be confirmed that he is going to be suspended for this long. Now, the legal team for Watson could counteract all that. This could be dragged out for the next year or two.
I agree. And it'll be interesting to see his how warm of a welcome he gets Friday. But in probably the biggest piece of news from the weekend, Bears linebacker Roquan Smith has officially requested a trade from the team after saying that they have not negotiated a new contract for him
Did you
in
see
good
his
faith.
little
I
feature
did.
and read that.
I did.
I was shocked that they would do that to a guy of his caliber and just write him off like that. It was kind of surprising. I know we're only hearing one side of the story, but I don't see him, who was a diehard guy, have any reason to fucking lie about it.
No, I don't think he does.
I don't think he's lying at all.
I don't think he does either. And I'll say this about the way that the Bears have been doing things as of late. And I know their front office situation has been nothing short of a dumpster fire over the last couple of years. And from
Not
what
long ago, actually.
from what Smith said in his statement, that the ownership wasn't really involved in talks with him.
They're just not involved anymore in the business, I believe.
I think that's pretty much where you're at. And I think you have a general manager who's the ownership has him against the wall to cut costs, especially when the team is not competitive, which they're not going to be competitive this year. And he's probably doing the best he can with what he's been.
When he said
Given
the
the
contract
ability
was
to do.
embarrassing to all the linebackers in the league, that should tell you something.
Well, he said it would have rewritten the market, and it would have. Realistically, he did. Roquan Smith deserves top 5 money. So it'll be interesting to see what comes of that. Obviously, they are planning on trading him, there's going to be plenty of suitors out there.
Love
Detroit.
to have him in Detroit.
Love to have him in Detroit.
That's what
Kidding
Woodward
me?
Sports was saying.
Well, yeah, and I think there's a chance.
Listen, Detroit hasn't had a good linebacker here
Their
since
weakness
Chris
is
Spielman.
their linebacking core.
Here's the thing: if Chicago's going to trade, I don't think they're going to trade him in division. But
That's true.
crazier things have happened. Another bit of trade news. What?
I don't know about that. I think it doesn't matter. If the trade is good enough, they'll trade him.
That's
I don't
true.
think that matters in division, out of division.
You're going to want to play him twice a year?
Huh?
You're going to want to play him twice a year?
If I was Detroit and they sign him here, I don't.
Yeah, but if you're
take him in
Chicago, would you want to trade him in division?
I don't think it.
I mean, are they
I don't
planning on
think
competing
that
for
teams
division?
really care
That's
about
true.
that
So,
shit
like,
anymore. Because if that was the case, Tyreek Hill would have went to an NFC team.
That's true.
You know what I mean? I mean, he's arguably the most explosive receiver in football, and they stayed in division.
True.
You know.
Kareem Hunt also requested a trade away from the Browns.
Now I don't know what's going on there with him.
I do. He wants a starting job. He wants to be the fucking guy.
He
And
wants
the
to
fact
be the
that
guy.
Cleveland's just an absolute dumpster fire.
Well, the whole thing is Kareem Hunt has the talent to be
He
the
has-
guy.
Listen, he
Yeah.
was already the guy.
yeah.
He won a fucking Super Bowl.
I mean,
Correct.
you don't need to be down.
Won a
Yes,
fucking
and he-
Super Bowl in Kansas City, dude.
And he battled through injury and issues and everything else, and he's brought himself back to a place where realistically
just
he
his
has
character alone. He had to rebuild his character.
he had to
all the
rebuild
bullshit
everything
that
from the bottom up. And
Yeah.
he's done a good job of that, and I think now he's at the point where he wants to be
The guy.
a number one guy again. And with Nick Chubb in front of him, that's not a possibility. So it'll be very
not to say
interesting
that
to see.
Nick Chubb is better than him.
No, Nick Chubb is better than him. You
He
can't go
is.
there.
He is.
Nick Chubb is better than him.
I think
I kinda
he is
think
on
they're
a level,
balanced.
though. I think he is in that tier just below Chubb. Chubb is a top 5 guy. He's a top 5 guy in this fucking league. I would argue
I agree with that.
anybody on it.
I would agree with
And
that.
I believe that he's a tier below him.
Do you want me to be honest with you?
Yeah.
For me personally, when we did our running back rankings, I believe I had Nick Chubb 7 or 8. And the only reason I had him that low was because he had Kareem Hunt behind him. And
Correct.
Kareem Hunt's talent level is at a point where if he gets hot, he's going to take away touches from Nick Chubb.
Correct.
And I'm a full believer in the Kareem Hunt comeback this year. I think he is going to be strong. I think if he does get traded, he is going to be an instant difference maker for someone. And he will be a top 10 guy at the end of the year. And all that could do is help Nick Chubb. It's just going to
Correct.
propel him further up
Correct.
to get that guy out from behind him. Because they're going to give, if Kareem Hunt is a Brown, they're going to give him a decent part of the share, of the share of carries.
You
He's gonna
have
run
to.
the ball.
Now
You have
did the
to.
Browns make any statement by telling him they're not trading him?
Everybody says that. Remember when the 49ers weren't trading Jimmy Garoppolo? That's all bullshit. If the right offer comes across, he's gone.
Right
At the
off,
beginning,
big fan.
Baker Mayfield was just going to sit the bench all year.
Yeah, remember when the Browns said they wouldn't
True.
trade Baker too?
Listen, they had
Oh,
to ship
bullshit.
Baker. They know, you know that. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
They couldn't keep him there.
And that's the news. Da-da-da,
7
da-da.
days away from Madden coming out.
Madden
From
is
what?
a week away
What's that?
from Madden. You don't know what Madden is?
What
The video game.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're going to sit down here and we're going to have a tournament.
Yeah, we're gonna have Madden.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna watch Bruce finger pop your asshole in Madden.
Yeah.
You think Bruce could beat you in Madden?
I have no idea. Probably because I don't.
I'll be the worst team in the league, too. The Detroit Lions.
Speaking of the Detroit Lions, we're 1 month away from the season starting. Less than a month.
Less than a month.
Less
I
than a
mean,
month
shit,
away.
I'm going to a preseason game this weekend. That's like,
Oh, you're gonna be there.
it's just preseason.
Are you going Friday?
Yeah.
Are you?
I have season tickets. I go to every preseason game.
All right.
Bruce is a high roller. He's got
Because I
season
just, I like,
Bruce
I
is
like,
gonna
I
have to
like,
give us some footage. You got to get some footage,
like-
dude.
you know, it's preseason. I'm going to try to get as much as I can.
If you guys see Tugboat down at Ford Field Friday, give him a big hug.
Yeah, if you guys see Tugger Nuts down there, kick him in
Should
the
I
balls.
say my
for me.
section that I'm in?
Sure. Section 1.
Section 110, 111, row 14.
Oh, you've moved, eh?
No, it's the same one it's always been.
Oh, I was 121 back when I
Yeah.
wasted money every year on
Section
season
110, 111, row
Anyways.
14.
Speaking of our Detroit Lions, they are the stars of the show currently after Hard Knocks came out last night. Its first episode where HBO follows a football team every year through training camp, and the reception thus far seems to be wildly overwhelming that everybody has kind of fallen in love with this team after one episode. I mean, if you looked on Twitter last night, Jamal Williams was trending. Dan Campbell was trending. Everybody seems to have embraced.
Deuce Daly. Deuce Daly.
Deuce and Aaron Glenn.
And Aaron Glenn.
They were going at
It's
it.
all about the coaching.
Circling
staff.
him like a
Okay,
hawk.
well, let's. I want to hear your guys'
It
thoughts.
It wasn't a
about-
hawk. I don't know what it was.
It started out, and mostly it was about the coaches. It's about the coaching staff, how much experience they have. 80 years between the 5, 6 coaches that they
Training
have
camp experience.
as players.
They've all been players.
As players and as coaches. And I didn't realize that Dan Campbell actually has about 8, 9 years under his belt as a coach.
Yeah,
I didn't realize he was a coach for that long.
Well, he was a tight ends coach for the Dolphins for a while, wasn't he?
Correct. It's 7 years.
And then he was
And then a couple years here in New Orleans. Behind
Sean Payton.
Sean Payton.
Yeah.
And he said he learned everything that Sean Payton took him to the side and told him, I am going to teach you how to be a head coach in this league. And
He's going to teach him everything he knows. Yeah, just
Okay. Again, I haven't personally seen it, so I'm learning what I'm learning from you guys. Now, I will ask a few things about this because I was skeptical about Dan Campbell. I'll be honest, right?
I think everybody is.
Well, here's the thing. I like my coaches to be a good mix of things, right? You want somebody who's analytically and who's as analytically sound and composed, such as Belichick, but at the same time, he's a bit too stoic and just fucking grumpy. So you want there to be a little bit of, for me, I never saw any sort of brain cells from Dan Campbell. I'll start there. When I saw Dan Campbell, it was like Gronkowski being a fucking coach.
We've seen the leader, Dan Campbell, right now. It's only the first episode.
I think Dan Campbell, what you see from Dan Campbell, that's who he is. He's not a fake
and
persona.
he lets the whole team be themselves. If you're going to be yourself.
He wants everybody to be themselves, and he is who he is. And if you don't like it, that's too fucking bad. And that's what I like about him. You know, when you got a head coach that's over there doing fucking calisthenics with you, he's doing fucking down-ups with these
40
guys.
down-ups with the team.
Yes.
40.
Yes.
With a hurt wrist because he almost tripped over his dogs.
He was walking over his doggy gate at home. His
lead.
Foot caught the top and hit the floor and hurt his wrist.
You lead from the front, not from the back. All right? Doing those down-ups with his men.
Him do this alongside him was it's refreshing.
It's different.
It really is. And they were like, and they were talking about it, you know, you